Welcome back, grade 10s. Now let us look at our third concept for the lesson, which is cooperatives. We'll look at the definition now. It says a cooperative society is a voluntary association that is established with the aim of service to its members. So a cooperative society, people come here, they volunteer in order for them to do what? To service their members. So these group of people, they share the similar interest. Hence, they come together and volunteer in order to assist one another. It is a form of business where people with similar interest link for promotion of common goals. The types of cooperatives that we have housing cooperative, we have worker cooperative, we have social cooperative, we have financial services cooperative, we have burial cooperative, we have agricultural cooperative, we have consumer cooperative, and we have transport cooperative. Okay, learners, you need to also understand that the list is not endless of cooperatives. It's not the only cooperatives that you see that we only have. There are also other cooperatives, but just for this lesson, we only mentioned these few cooperatives. Let's move on to our last concept of the lesson, which is the characteristics, advantages, and disadvantages of cooperatives. Okay. Characteristics of cooperatives is that minimum of 5 members is required to start a cooperative. So when you want to start a cooperative, remember we said it's a voluntary association, so it only needs 5 people to start. The word cooperative limited must appear at the end of its name. So at the end of your cooperative that you decided to start with a group of 5 people, the name must end with cooperative limited. They are motivated by savers rather than profit. So the members of cooperative are motivated by savers rather than making a profit. Now we look at the advantages of cooperatives. Access to resources and funding. So obviously if a group of people come together for them to service or to make their goals to become successful, so what is it that they benefit? They benefit access to resources because others have resources, others have funding. So cooperative advantage is that they have access to resources as well as to funding. Decision making is done by a group. So another advantage is that you don't get to make a decision alone, but you take a decision collectively as a group of members. Members have limited liability, meaning personal assets of members cannot be seized to pay for the debts of the cooperative. The decisions are democratic and fair because everybody takes part in decision making. Hence, the decisions are democratic because everybody is involved and they are also fair. Let's look at the disadvantages of cooperatives. It's difficult to grow a cooperative because not everybody will be interested to render a service, to be interested in rendering a service rather than making a profit. So it's very difficult to grow a cooperative. Another disadvantage of cooperatives is that shares are not freely transferable, meaning when you want to transfer your shares, every member of the cooperative have to agree that you can transfer your share. But if they do not agree, then it simply means that you cannot transfer your shares. You will be stuck in this cooperative rather. Decisions are often difficult to reach and time consuming. Decisions are difficult to be reached because every person has to make a contribution. So it may not always be the case that everybody would agree in whatever decision that has to be taken. Hence, it's time consuming. It can be difficult to get a loan because their main objective is not to always make a profit. So since the main aim of the cooperative is it's savers rather than profit, so it becomes difficult for a cooperative to get a loan because they are not profit driven, but they are savers driven. I hope today's lesson was fruitful and hope to see you next time. Goodbye.